Hold on a second. Yeah, this is just one of them. But shout out to everybody that's here. We gonna talk about Steve Harvey, Umar Johnson. We actually gonna react to what Umar said and how, I guess it triggered certain people. But make sure that y'all like the stream, man. What's going on this Friday? Let's see who's here. Brian, Sydney, Gregory, Ramon, Izargon was good. Beefer, 95, Miss Tangy, Don Neo, Stephen B, Accounting Tom, Bird, Leilani, what's going on? Man, there's just a whole lot going on. Y'all know the DNC, I believe, just wrapped up. What a sideshow that was, right? What a sideshow. The usual suspects was at the DNC convention. What's good, Jean Marie Rochester? Curtis, what's going on? Y'all know I got to get some politics in there along with Steve Harvey. He's upset. You are a shield, Steve Harvey. You always have been. You're a shield for heifers. You're a shield for the DNC now. It's funny how Kamala Harris was one of the most unpopular vice presidents ever. Only for her to become the most popular presidential candidate, according to a lot of these people online. This woman hid most of her vice presidency. She hid. She didn't do much. And all these people claim to be supporters of her. Since when? Since when have they been supporters of her? What's good, Justin? Millions, 804. La Homer, what's up? They didn't talk much policy. They have no policy. She's been a vice president for almost 4 years and did nothing. But we're going to get to that. We'll get to Steve Harvey. We'll get to Umar Johnson. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like this stream. Share it. Make sure y'all follow the socials. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Unofficial Jay. The links are all in the description. I did a video. I posted a video last night about the divorce between Judge Mathis and his wife. 39 years down the drain because your wife feels like she still got it. She still thinks like she can go out there and get her another man. She hasn't experienced the single life. She wants to experience it. I told y'all, what is the point of marrying if that woman at some point is going to want to leave? What's good, Darlene? Sherwin, what's going on? What is the point of marriage? All you people that love to talk your shit about marriage, where y'all at? Defend this. What's good, D Wood? Said she was a border czar, and we see how that right. She didn't do anything. She was a border czar in name only. What's good, Derek? What is the point of marriage if you heifers have one foot out the door? Appreciate that, Darlene. Y'all was coming back. I had to get my computer equipment settled. Had to get that situation settled, and now I'm back to able to go live. Right? It's a lot going on this month. 39 years down the drain. And y'all want to know why men don't want to marry? Because you put everything into something, that woman to say, you know what? And the thing is, the separation was in July. It wasn't like in like January of this year or last year. It was in July. What changed? See, this is what happens when you try to take your family Hollywood. I believe they live out there in California now. And your wife get around all those middle-aged women who done had all types of surgeries, and they think they're still look good because they used to, be some model. She get around these women. She look online. She sees the attention that these other women get. They want the same attention. It don't matter if they've been married for 39 years. You see how easy it is to throw away a marriage like that? Okay, Derek. And y'all wonder why men are going overseas for wives? You heifers don't want to be wives. Because as soon as they realize they can get attention online, and they think that men are gonna be out to see, these women are they actually are soaking in attention from men. Quiet as it's kept. Shout out to Derek for being a part of the chat team. I appreciate you rejoining. All these heifers want to be city girls. It don't matter what the age is. They all think they still got it. They all think they can go get a man. They're listening to the wrong people. And let me tell you married men something. Your wives are courting attention from other men. Because if a woman can get divorced in her early 60s, after 39 years, a lot of you dudes ain't safe. Your marriages ain't safe. Especially if you've only been married for the last 5 years, maybe even 10 years. Your marriage ain't safe. It's just way too much attention for these women to ignore. They're getting courted by other men, and they're soaking it in. They'll tell you they're rejecting it, which they probably are, but at some point they're going to stop rejecting it. And they're going to say to themselves, why not be single? Why not get divorced? So I hope you married men understand this. I don't know. It looks like his wife has lost some weight. So maybe she feels like, she's gotten herself in better shape over the years. Maybe I put up some pictures of her on my community posts. I think those are recent pictures of her. And she's soaking in all this attention. People telling her how good she looks for her age. She believes it. Maybe she's not attracted to him anymore. There's a lot of factors. I saw a comment on my community post. Somebody said that Judge Mathis' mental health might be declining. It might be the way that he's, the way that he's going in for Kamala Harris. It's weird to see you grown ass elderly men like him, like Steve Harvey, going so hard for Kamala Harris. This all ties in together. And we're going to get to it. I want y'all to understand something. I'm not a political guy. I don't even talk much politics, only except around political season, because I have to correct a lot of y'all. The Democratic Party does nothing for black people, and they haven't since we started voting for them in the late 60s. We are a people held hostage by the Democratic Party. We are hostages because you got all these Negroes, these sellouts, these coons who go out here on television or they go on their platforms and they try to shame other men, black men, for not voting. You got Luther Campbell. Luther, you were a part of the generation of women in the 90s. And you want to shame black men for not being a slave to the DNC? Who are you? Now I saw the video. He made a video to Tariq Nasheed, which is hilarious. Hey, Luther, you are online way too much, sir. There are more battles to be fought in your city. There's a lot going on in Miami. You need to talk about that. Talk about the crime that's going on there. You got D.L. Hughley apologizing on stage like a slave. I told you I'm going in. Kiki Palmer ran back. What's good, Kathy? SDJR. You black men are disgusting. That's why you don't get no respect. We don't hear nothing from you except for around political season when you are activated by your liberal masters. That's the only time we hear from you. And I have to get on my platform and correct a lot of this mentality. Luther, you denigrated black women throughout the 90s. I saw those videos in those Freaknik. I believe it might have been, may not have been Freaknik, might have been something else. I seen those DVDs back in the late 90s, early 2000s. When one in particular, there was a black woman that was brought on stage to do something to a guy for money. That is the message you were pushing. So now you wanna come back years later and try to tell this generation of men that they're wrong for thinking for themselves, and you want to talk about what's going on online. How about you worry about the crime that's going on in your city? Worry about that. I don't want to hear from you rusty, dusty ass men who do nothing for your city as far as combating the crime, the poverty. You want to get online and you want to shame men that you don't know about who they vote for. That's my problem with you people. You people who were at the DNC convention. You know they lied. You know the Democrats lied about Beyonce performing Wednesday. And they got roasted for it, for lying. You know why Beyonce didn't show up? Because Beyonce realized that Republicans buy her tickets too. They buy her music too. And she can't be too overtly political. They said that Taylor Swift was going to perform. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Travis Smiley. You seen Ricky Smiley? Another disgrace. You walk around here in women's clothes. And I see why you have the political opinions you have. Because a lot of you guys are neutered. You are emasculated. You're comfortable. And that's why we ain't getting nowhere. How are we going to fight for something when the elders are weak ass men? These are some D.L. Hughley, Luther Campbell, Steve Harp. They are supposed to be elders. Roland Martin. These are supposed to be. How are we going to listen to these people? They're Democratic dummies. That's what they are. What's good, Tracy? Let's get to this article. The black vote is not for sale. Steve Harvey fires off explosive response amid speculation he pocketed $10,000 to endorse. He didn't pocket $10,000. He probably pocketed $100,000. Social media influencer and Prince of Pan-Africanism Umar Johnson has recently sparked controversy by accusing radio personalities like Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley of accepting payments to endorse Vice President Kamala Harris. You know, these Negroes will do it for free. You got to understand something about your typical Gen X black man. They will do this for free. They will endorse the Democratic Party for nothing. That's how weak they are. That's why they're not leaders. I don't respect these men. Nobody does. Umar Johnson's comments, which were not said to Harvey directly, but made on his robust social media platform, have prompted the comment to respond by proclaiming that he cannot be bought. I don't think that's true, sir. I think a lot of you Negroes in Hollywood can be bought. Harvey responded to the accusations on his radio show, the Steve Harvey Morning Show, vehemently denying he was paid and setting the record straight about his support of the Democratic nominee. Well, let me just say this. Hit dogs holler. Because if he wasn't really addressing you, Steve, then why did you have to respond? If he wasn't naming you by name or blaming you, why do you feel the need to respond? Harvey's co-host Shirley Strawberry brought the comments to her boss' attention during a segment playing a clip of Dr. Umar calling a renowned television host out. To be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, I love you both. No hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on, Johnson stated in his video. And we're going to get into that video a little bit later. He accused the Harris campaign of using financial incentives to influence celebrities into supporting her candidacy, despite what he perceives as a lack of real benefits for the black community. See, this is why he responded. He responded because Umar's right. The Democratic Party hasn't done a damn thing for black people, except use them. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation are paying you celebrities to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote, but they being paid, y'all being bought, Johnson continued. Steve Harvey responds to Dr. Umar, who claims he and Ricky Smiley are getting paid to endorse Kamala Harris. We know y'all are, because y'all getting something out of it. Now, again, y'all probably would do it for free. Shout out to Great February.
They think we can be shamed into voting for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
That's not happening. We have minds of our own.
Right. Appreciate that, Great February. And that's the thing, like, we have access to so much information. We have access to so much information. We're not going to take you people's word for it.
President Kamala Harris, and went on to say that he believes other celebrities are being paid to support Vice President Kamala for her bid for the White House, right? Umar specifically called you out, Steve. He called out Ricky Smiley. He claimed that both of you were paid to support Kamala Harris's campaign. Here's what he said.
But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got.
Yo, Umar is unintentionally hilarious, man. The way he be referring to himself in the third person, though. Back to the video.
Paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting.
Facts, but some of them would do it for free, though. I think some of them would do it absolutely for free.
Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid, y'all being bought. They offered me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview.
Steve.
Well, first of all, we're going to have her on her again, or how many other times it's needed to get her into office.
To get the vote.
Brother Umar, let me say this, man. I absolutely love some of the things you say. I really, really do, man. Some of the stuff I don't always agree with, but ain't nobody got to agree with everything I say. But let me clear the air on something.
Please.
You can't hire Steve Harvey for $10,000 to do nothing.
Thanks.
Let me just A that out the way.
And B.
I don't know where you got that number from, but you can't offer Steve Harvey $10,000 to do nothing. No, you can go through the industry and ask about me.
That's
Bro, let me tell you something. Omar, let me tell you something, man. And there ain't no hate here at all, cause I like some of the work he does. I really do. Yeah. Listen, man, I don't.
He said
I don't do nothing. Nothing for $10,000. Don't even insult. Don't insult the brand equity that I've built over these 30 years of television. I just don't, man. And I'm doing this absolutely free of charge because I want this country to be in her hands as opposed to Donald Trump's hands. That's why I do it. Now, me and Ricky Smiley happen.
But you see that mentality. You want this country to be in her hands and not Donald Trump's hands. Why is that? Can y'all tell me? See, you see, Steve Harvey gains nothing either way, no matter who's president, because he's made a lot of money in Hollywood, or he's making a lot of money. So it doesn't matter to him. His family's gonna be good regardless. But there's a lot of people suffering right now due to Kamala Harris already being in office. She's been a vice president for almost 4 years, Steve. She's in office right now, and she's not done a damn thing. Y'all Negroes, you gray beard elder Negroes who are rich, who are comfortable, you don't care about the working black man or black woman. You just care about endorsing who politically, so endorsing somebody that doesn't get you in trouble in Hollywood. See, in Hollywood, you have to support the Democrats, or you're not going to get work. You're going to be ostracized unless you are somebody that's very successful and you have your own brand where people going to come to you regardless. They can't even tell you why they was. Steve, she's already in office. She's a vice president. She's been there. And no policies are being thought of. And I will say this, though. The only reason why Joe Biden won in 2021 because of the pandemic, and two, because he was speaking some policies. He was pushing forth the liberal DNC message that got through to a lot of their voters. And that's why they had the big turnout with their voters. And there were some other things that went on as well. But Joe Biden was able to speak to the Democratic base and get them to go out there and vote. Kamala's not going to do that. They're trying to match Donald Trump's energy instead of just doing their own thing. Joe Biden didn't have big rallies back in 2020. He barely did any campaigning. Kamala's trying to match Donald Trump. Donald Trump is controlling the board, and she's trying to compete with him. She got the idiot Tim Walz to go out there and make a fool of himself, right? Why are you trying to be Donald Trump? You just be you. But these rich celebrities with no morals, no soul, I chuckle when they claim to be Christian. Try to tell people who they should vote for and who they should support. Absolutely ridiculous. And he looks ridiculous sitting in that chair.
To be on the same page. Now, we Q's now, and so is D.L. Hughley. And Q's kind of run the airways of black radio.
Y'all see he's bringing up his fraternity. Y'all notice all of these guys, he just named one. These guys are in fraternities. He's basically bragging about how his fraternity runs the airwaves. Y'all see why people think that these fraternities are part of the Illuminati? How he's just casually trying to brag about the Qs, that weird fraternity. Yeah, we know all about the Qs, Steve. We know all about the Qs, okay? Bro, we don't care what you run on radio. Anybody can get on YouTube and make content and become just as big as you, can have just as big as numbers as you or any of your other celebrity buddies and all these weird fraternities. No, who gives a shit if you're in a fraternity? Who cares? Okay? This is 2024. Who cares? Right? And he's bragging about how they run the air. Who cares? You're not stopping nobody from being able to get on these platforms and speak on what they speak on.
Okay. All right.
The Q's is running the airways of black radio.
All right, Purple.
But we also understand what's at stake here. So no, I haven't received a single dollar from anybody to do what I do. And I'm doing it gladly for free.
Yes.
And I'm going to freely have her on here again and again and again. I am going to freely ask soft-ass questions. I am going to freely lob the basketball so she can slam dunk all these questions. Yes. I'm going to freely sit here and agree. So the black vote is not for sale. But it is a very important block of votes that can control the outcome of this election. And if I have my way, if it is within God's will, she will be the next president of the United States, because the alternative, see, there's only two people running for president.
Yeah.
Y'all see how controlled these Negroes are and why we don't respect them? Shout out to David Watts, who gifted a membership. Appreciate you, David. Shout out to David. King Bolo, the membership. Y'all see how controlled these Negroes are and why we don't respect them and we look down upon them? Bro, she's already in office. She's a vice president. And she's done nothing but make shit worse, her and Joe Biden. And the thing that guys like him don't understand is there are black people who can speak for themselves. We don't need you to speak for us. And I think that's what bothers these people. Bro, selling his soul in four. Yeah, he's selling it. He's selling his soul right now. So if that's the case, we are say, what are we getting for this block of votes? They don't want anything. They're slaves. They're bought off. He's bragging about his fraternity. Those fraternities are controlled too. Nobody cares you in the fraternity. We know what goes on in them fraternities. You have to be a fucking idiot to want to be in a fraternity these days. You don't need a fraternity anymore. And his radio show went off the air. Then Ricky Smiley took over Joyner's time slot. So why is his eyes bucking? His eyes is bucking because he's out of his mind. This is what being a liberal slave looks like. And y'all wonder why I don't support the Democrat. Look at him. And listen. This is why these guys like he don't get no respect. None.
It's Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, or Donald Trump. That's the choice. Yeah. So I don't know. And if somebody offered you 10, you should have took it. But anybody offered me nothing. But please don't insult me and offer me $10,000. Because I'm telling you right now, it costs way more. Me wake up, turn this mic on.
Oh, Steve,
way
we
more.
gotta get him. It's $10,000.
I can't even let that get out about me.
The amount of insulting to you. Wow.
That's just, I mean, really,
The
man.
brand.
Look, man, they can take their campaign money and put it into other causes, like buying ads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The ad I'm running right now, this is free.
Free. Please go vote for Kamala Harris. Do it for free.
Kamala Harris campaign ad right now. Please vote. The black vote is not for sale.
It is not.
But it is a very, very viable force. It really is important. And that's why
that's where you're wrong. The Hispanic vote is the most important block. You see, black people used to be the most important block, but the Hispanic vote has overtaken that. You see, we wasted our vote for so many years that right now we don't have an important block. Why do you think the Democrats want all these illegal immigrants in? So they can vote, because there were illegal immigrants voting in 2020. Most of these dudes only join fraternities to get play in college. Must be. Because some of the stuff I'm seeing about these fraternities, man, I'm like, what's the point?
Everybody want it, man.
That's right.
And because let me tell you something. If you look at look at the last presidential election, When it got down to Michigan, Wisconsin, it got down to Philadelphia, it got down to
Pennsylvania.
Georgia, Atlanta. Yeah. Philly, Pennsylvania. All those, the Republicans were winning out in the suburbs. When they got to the inner cities where we heavily populate Atlanta, Philadelphia, Detroit, Milwaukee, that turned the election.
Yeah.
And the same thing can happen this time. And they all know it. Why do you think Donald Trump, who don't give a damn about the National Association of Black Journalists, would even walk his ass out there? So he was out there to try to make.
Okay. Let's get to what Umar Johnson had to say. Let's see. We're going to get to what Umar has to say. He was playing with a drink. But let's get to, should be started here. Make sure y'all like the stream. We're going to get into what Umar had to say here. So make sure y'all like the stream. Yeah, Steve Harvey's a moron. And that's why we don't respect men like that. And that's why they hate the fact that we can have our own platforms. Who listens to Steve Harvey in the morning? Nobody listens to terrestrial radio like that. And you're bragging about that when nobody hardly listens to that. I can't even tell you last time I listened to the radio. You people don't have no power. You just get on here and you say things, but Steve, everything you're saying can be broken down. There was some anomalies. Yeah, Trump showed up. Y'all didn't think he was going to show up, did he? Trump will show up anywhere. Kamala's not going to show up anywhere.
And on Saturday, August 16th, 4 p.m.
Okay, he's doing some promoting. Let's skip ahead.
Then they are mixed race African. I don't use the word mixed breed because my mixed race African brothers and sisters are not animals. I do not use the word mixed breed because my mixed race African brothers and sisters are not animals. I do not use the concept in time. I deal in divine time. I love my brother, but he was pretty emotional. He's talking about Supreme Court Justice Ketanji swearing in Vice President Harris. They both belong to Black Greek fraternities. They'll get sworn in on Dr. King's Earth Day. That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that. That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that. That's all empty symbolism. We're done with that. You have to give us tangibles, not symbols, Brother Ricky Smiley. Tangibles, not symbols. One is an AKA, one is a Delta. What that got to do with miseducation? One is an AKA, one is a Delta. What that got to do with mass incarceration? One is an AKA, one is a Delta. What that got to do with gentrification and homelessness? That is nothing but empty symbolism. The member of one black sorority swearing in the member of another black sorority on the solar return of a brother ancestor, Dr. King, who belonged to a black male fraternity. That's all fine and well. But telling black people they should vote for the symbol, telling black people they should vote for the symbol is not going to serve us, Brother Ricky. We need substance, my brother. We need substance. Medgar Evers did not die for Kamala Harris to become president. Stop the cap up. Dr. King did not die for Kamala Harris to become president. Stop the cap up. The purpose behind Fannie Lou Hamer's Voting Rights Act, the purpose behind the Fannie Lou Hamer Voting Rights Act was for black people to be in a position to use their vote so they could receive tangibles. Voting is not supposed to be a symbol. Voting is supposed to be a transaction, a power transaction. You want my vote? We want your resources.
And that's what every community does, fam. Every community does that with their politicians. The Jews do it with, especially with Israel. You protect Israel. You do this thing for Israel. We will support you. The Asian community, the Hispanic community is starting to do that. All these other community, white people, but black people don't do that because they have been taken, their vote has been taken hostage by the 10%. These Greek fraternity pledging people have taken over the voice of black people when it comes to media and politics, and they are holding our vote hostage to the Democratic Party while they get the crumbs off. They're getting the crumbs off the table. You got getting the crumbs that are wiped off the table from them. These people are sellouts. Can you trust a person that was in a fraternity that's in media? Like, what is your purpose? What are you doing? Because all these people claim they're doing stuff for black people. Well, name it.
You want my vote? We want the resources. Voting is not supposed to be a ritual. It is not supposed to be a symbol. It is supposed to be a transaction. You want my vote? We want some tangibles. If we can't get no tangibles, you can't get no vote. Steve Harvey said, they can't give us no reparations. What'd he say? We're not going to get no reparations if we don't vote. You've been voting Democrat for 93 years, Steve Harvey. Been voting Democrat for 93 years, Steve Harvey. Been voting Democrat for 93 years, Steve Harvey. How many more years you got to vote Democrat to get some reparations?
The thing is, you Negroes ain't getting no reparations because your Greek fraternity pledging leaders don't want y'all to have that because they are working side by side with the elites. White supremacy. They work side by side with them. They tried to turn Trump's TV off but failed. Now they must go back to the drawing board. That's what they are. They're trying to blame Iran now. And they're trying to use their black, the Greek fraternity pledging leadership in media and politics are trying to, they're trying to change the narrative. But we're not going to let y'all. Y'all can't control nothing. You're going to get cooked. That's what's going to happen. Luther Campbell, Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, you're just going to get cooked and clowned. You don't control the narrative anymore.
Problem with you black celebrities. The problem with you black celebrities. You are the new black bourgeoisie. You are the new black bourgeoisie. And you are going out of your way to stay relevant with the white power structure by trying to shame black people into voting for people who don't do anything with them. That ended with Barack Obama. That ended with Barack Obama, the new generation of American Africans. These under 30s today, they not like the under 30s of Barack Obama 16 years ago. See, 16 years ago, the 30-year-olds of today were 15. 16 years ago, the 30-year-olds of today were 14. They were babies under Obama. They were babies under Obama. But you fail to realize they grew up on Dr. Umar Ifatunde doctrine. These 30-year-olds, they grew up on my messages. They grew up on me. So you can't seduce them with emotions. You can't seduce them with intellectualism. You can't seduce them with symbols and empty promises. They grew up under the Prince of Pan-Africanism. They've been watching me and listening to me for 15 years. You can't get over on them like you got over on their parents. You can't get them to the polls on November the 4th with no damn a Delta swearing in an AKA on an Alpha's birthday. That don't mean nothing to us.
Right. I'm telling y'all got to look out for these fraternities, these people who brag about their fraternities like Steve Harvey just did. in that video clip I showed, I mean, what does that do for us? It just shows your allegiance is not to black people. It's to your Greek fraternities. You're side by side with white European supremacy. You're not doing anything, you know. What's good, Devon? Cake, what's up? Make sure y'all like the stream. Let's get the likes up. Cool Daddy Smooth was good. Jay, what do you think about Uncle Luke threatening black people into voting for Kamala? I spoke a little bit earlier about Luther Campbell. I think Luther Campbell is an idiot. I think that he built his career on denigrating black women and degeneracy, and he needs to look at his own city and the crime that's going on there. He does and says nothing about it, but he wants to attack people online. He wants to attack content creators. You people are so easy. And you are food out here. And we gonna eat. Luther Campbell, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey. Y'all make this easy for us. You people don't have no power. None. So I'm smoking that coon pack. Absolutely.
We respect Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I love my Delta Queens. We respect Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I love my Alpha Queens.
I don't respect none of you Greek fraternities. I don't respect none of you Greek fraternities who are out here pushing this bullshit message of we need to vote for the Democrats. We got to support Kamala Harris just because. That woman says she's Indian, not black. How many... It's out there. That woman has never said she was black a day in her life. And y'all are trying to push this message of she's a black. No, she's not. She's never even admitted to being one. If she has, it must have been as of her trying to run for president this year. That woman is unqualified to be vice president, let alone president. She wasn't qualified to be where she was in California. What's good, Troy? XL Pro? Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button.
My Alpha brothers, but that ain't got nothing to do with this. This is not sorority business. This is American African business. I said this is not sorority business. This is American African business. And if Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Jill Stein, Cornel West, if they can't take care of African business, the American African business, don't come to me. Black vote ain't for sale no more. Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face. Ricky Smiley, I love you. But crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother,
right?
That's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley.
It is an all-time low.
Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. Don't you?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Ricky Smiley, y'all know what's funny? When Ricky Smiley got clowned by Cat Williams, do y'all know that guy went and cried? He posted a video of himself crying because Ricky Smiley, because Cat Williams called him out, and he recorded himself crying, right? He's talking about Kamala Harris. He's crying. You emotional beta males. This is the generation of men that we have to look up to. Are you serious? I see why these black women are acting the way they are. You dudes are not men. You're weak. You're weak. Nobody's going to take direction from you. You're clowns. You wear dresses and wigs. You're clowns. Clowns. Nobody taking direction from you lames. Ricky Smiley is out here dressing in women's clothes. And, I mean, the respect was lost then. But crying when he gets cooked by Cat Williams, crying over Kamala Harris is definitely an all-time low. He cried in the break room.
You do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, if you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house.
Facts.
But if we're going to be honest,
At
Steve
home.
Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest?
Ricky Smiley, Cat Williams made you get into a dress. He said he wouldn't want to work with you unless you got into a dress and you did it. So we know that you're susceptible to getting paid. We all know that Kamala Harris and her team have been paying influencers. We know that's out there. So if you're willing to put on a dress to be in a movie, we know that you're susceptible to being paid.
Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid. Y'all being bought. They offered me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview. They offered me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your damn money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money. I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy ass rappers whose whole life is nothing but what you can buy and own. You dealing with real African DNA. This is real ancestral energy over here. I'm not no Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. You don't drop no check off and say get the Negroes to the plantation on November the 4th. You don't drop no check off and say get the Negroes to the plantation. Oh,
make sure y'all like the stream.
Costa Rica, y'all better be ready tomorrow night. Limon Province, where Marcus Garvey used to live, where Marcus Garvey used to work, where Marcus Garvey. Kamala, the price is right. Steve Harvey, was the price right, my brother? Was the price is right? When the price is right, the Negropeans will unite. When the price is right, the Negropeans will unite. When the price is right, the Negropeans will unite. LeBron James, Oprah Winfrey, who they going to pull out of their hat at the Democratic National Convention?
They almost pulled a Beyonce,
next week. Who they going to pull out of their hat next week, family? Who y'all think they're going to get? I hope my sister Beyonce don't show up for them.
She did.
Who they going to get at the Democratic National Convention? Who y'all think they got in the pipeline? See, they forgot. These young people grew up on Dr. Umar Ifatunde. Costa Rica, I'm on my way. Central America, I'm on my way. Tomorrow, Limon Province, Costa Rica, 4 p.m. American Africans, feel free to pull up. Caribbean Africans, feel free to pull up.
They did have Oprah out there.
And list what she stands for on the website.
Harvey Weinstein, one of Harvey Weinstein's best friends, Oprah Winfrey, was at the DNC convention.
It said black folks is so brainwashed into identity politics. They said black folks are so brainwashed into identity politics. They said black folks are so brainwashed into identity politics You don't need to tell them what you want to do for them, because we never do nothing for them. Just tell them you're black and they should vote. Just tell them you're black and they should vote. You don't even have to give black people a platform. Just be black. Just be black. Those emotional, religious Negroes, they don't know their left hand from their right hand. Just tell them you're black and vote for me.
I think that's pretty much it from that. I just wanted y'all to see that. That's we're not supporting that. I'm not supporting that party, and I will do what I can to show y'all the truth, because you're being lied to out here. You're being lied to out here, and you're being told to vote for a party that does not do a damn thing for you. Okay? So make sure that y'all like the stream. We have another topic that we're going to get into before we close this out. I want to talk about Tyrese. Tyrese says his ex wants more money. Not the ex that makes content for men. Not that ex. You're not telling me that ex is talking about wanting more money. The one that speaks to black men, but speaks to men that's supposedly making content to warn men about, the type of women that they should avoid. I know that's not right. But we're going to get into Tyrese. Again, make sure y'all like the stream. So apparently Tyrese put it out there that his ex-wife wants more money through child support. And her lawyers contacted him because he's been an uptrend. His work has increased, so he's making more money. And she's like, I don't know how these women are allowed to do this, to continue to go after their ex for money. Now, this woman said she didn't want Tyrese anymore. She didn't want Tyrese anymore. But you're going after him legally for more money. I'm confused. Samantha, if you're ever listening, I'm confused. Why are you still going after him for money? Samantha, you make content to warn men about the behaviors of women. But you're sending your lawyers after him for more money, and you wonder why he's crying all the time. I mean, if my ex lawyers keep sending me paperwork talking about they want more money, I'd be pissed. I don't know if I'd be on here crying all the time, but I'd be angry going at her too. Samantha, you need to move on with your life. You need to move on with your life. But let's get into this Root article. Then we're going to get to the videos. Tyrese and his ex-wife are once again trading shade on social media. The exes continue to throw public barbs at each other on social media, drawing the internet further into their messy divorce. Actor-singer Tyrese Gibson has made no secret of his hurt feelings towards his ex-wife, Samantha Lee. Their divorce custody battle has been a public mess. Most recently, the Sweet Lady singer appeared on The Breakfast Club to promote his new film, 1992, where he discussed the toll the split has taken on him as he grieves the recent loss of several family members, including his mother and two sisters. So this man has lost a lot in his public life, his private life. I mean, that's a lot to lose right there. The R&B star is also teasing a new album titled Beautiful Pain, which is about the breakup of his marriage. On Wednesday, he took to social media to address the reactions to his much scrutinized interview on the radio show. Now, I actually have that video clip here, so let's get into it.
Damage that you caused.
Hold on, no. Hold on. Let's get to this first. Let's see. So I ain't releasing no album about beautiful pain because I just felt like effing with my ex and singing all these songs about how I feel and how I'm feeling about what I lived and experienced because she left me out the blue, he said on Instagram Live. Y'all seen all the interviews. Y'all know the only person that ain't called me to say I'm sorry. In addition to expressing his frustration with the drawn out legal process and his ex request for more money, Tyrese wondered why she hasn't apologized to him in the 4 years they've been separated. Because women never say they're sorry. Women are never sorry. It's very rare that a woman is going to apologize. I'm telling you right now. I guess all these feelings that you caused don't effing matter, he added. I'm not playing victim. I'm a grown man. I'm coming up on 4 years of posting, venting, talking, releasing songs and singles. Ain't nobody called me to say I'm sorry. He wants that apology, Samantha. Since the divorce has played out so publicly, Lee hopped on social media to respond to the Fast and Furious actor. Now, this is her video here.
Must be giving attention to people, places, and things that we are no longer at. Meaning you're still giving them a currency you can't get back. Because the more time that you decide to give somebody that you are not with, your attention, you're continuing to keep yourself attached to a situation you're trying to leave. Right? So if you, for this particular situation, if your ex is following dudes, or excuse me, following OF models, that's your ex. He's entitled to do whatever he wants.
So she said if your ex is following OF models, so is she trying to say that, you know, her ex was following Instagram models and that's what got her upset? Or is she trying to call out the fact that his new girlfriend, since they broke up, is basically an Instagram model that was actually dating a rapper? She was living with and dating a rapper before they got together. Like the girl literally went and hung out with Tyrese and then went back to the dude. The dude recorded it. I think I made a video on it a couple years back. That was kind of messy. You know, he just took a girl from her dude. But guess what that dude did? He moved on. But be that as it may, you know, she's talking about the whole, you know, following OnlyFans models. The majority of these heifers online think they're OnlyFans models. So all of them think they're OnlyFans models, you know?
I would suggest to you, don't keep watching the show. Don't keep watching what your ex is doing. That's a world of pain and distraught. I'm not watching what my past is doing. It's my past. We leave that behind. Okay? We move forward. Because my past is, my future is greater than my past. All right. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to see you guys in a second. I am live on the U of Tube. Love Samantha Lee. I'll see you guys there.
She about to go tell you suckers what you want to hear. That's what she about to go do. About to tell you suckers what you want to hear. Hold on. Let me get to this Tyrese video. But hold on, let me get shout out to David Dixon with the super chat. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I completely agree with Dr. Umar on what he said. Also, how is Tyrese's ex-wife teaching men to avoid women just like her? The hypocrisy. Men will fall for it because she's attractive. I agree, David. I agree. That's why I'm saying she about to go talk to a bunch of suckers who are actually going to believe. And again, I have nothing against Samantha. Maybe one day I'll speak to Samantha, but I got to call it how I see it. Like, what you're going through is what you're telling other men not to go through, you know? So yeah, man, but let's get into what Tyrese had to say.
Shit. Let me spell this out for you. When you said this, when you did that, when you treated me like that, when you left me like that, when you this, when you this, when you that, can I call you and tell you about it? And if I call you and I tell you about it, are you going to be able to own and be accountable and actually process the trauma that you caused? She ain't got no way of doing it. But I just got another letter from her lawyers requesting that I send over all of my tax returns and all of my bank statements because she's trying to get 20,000, and I think they're trying to take it up to like 40. And they've been looking at all of my movies and all of the concerts and shows that I've been doing, and they're over there like blood-sucking lawyers rubbing their hands. And Samantha's doing the same thing, rubbing her hands, and they going,
I'm saying
oh
this,
shit,
but
you know, for the
completely agree with
last
Dr.
year
Umar
and a
on
half.
what he said. Also, how is Tyrese's ex-wife teaching men to avoid women just like her? The hypocrisy. Men will fall for it because she's attractive.
Right. Appreciate it. Yes, they will, and that's on them because they should know chameleon activity when they see it.
He looks like he's been doing really well. Let's go ahead and get them bank statements over here so we can figure out a way to get this law firm another $600,000 that we're asking for in legal fees. Okay, so I'm gonna close this out. I just got an email from my attorney, and my ex's attorney name is Adam Gleckman. He's the devil. She divorced me 4 years ago, August 2020. And she makes over $100,000 a year, close to 150, 160 at this point, because all of her Instagram, social media. And
ain't no telling what the Cash App doing. Yo, ain't no telling what the Cash App is doing. You know what I'm saying? Because she got the Cash App up there. I'm pretty sure she getting a ton of Cash Apps from you men. I'm pretty sure you men are Cash Apping her like crazy. That's why she be making sure that camera be showing that cleavage. I bet she getting all types of Cash Apps from you men. So she's making money offline, probably making more than 100,000. But see, she wants to spend your money, Tyrese, because she has a certain lifestyle, and she might be doing a little tricking. Women like her seem to like the trick. They don't want no man to take care of them. It's like they're uncomfortable being taken care of. They want to be the one taken care of and tricking. A lot of these women got tricking spirits, man. Some of y'all may not realize it, but just because a woman may be attractive doesn't mean that she don't have that tricking spirit. The tricking spirit is heavy in a lot of these women these days.
he came to court, and they literally said in the courtroom that they've only got $5,000 from Samantha for representing them, for representing her for the last 4 years. They've asked her to give them $5,000 because she married a celebrity, she married a high net worth individual, and they're over there rubbing their hands, banking on a pot of gold. I'm out here stressed the fuck out. She divorced me, and they're rubbing their hands over there, hoping that I do more concert shows, movies, so they can go online, look up all the movies that I just booked, and they're trying to get to the bottom of what actual money is in my bank account so that they can put it in their law firm's pockets. This is a dirty fucking game out here, ain't it?
It is. And that's what we've been trying to tell you. Not you, Tyrese, but, mainly you and others, but mainly others. I've been saying this for almost 10 years, that these heifers are nothing more than gold digging, they're gold diggers. And when they see you, a celebrity with money and fame, they just want your money. They don't necessarily want you. And this is a very dirty game. That's why you got to be careful who you marry, because these women will, they will play games. They will fake it until they make it. And it seemed like Samantha may have faked it until she made it into that marriage and had that child, because as soon as she had that child, she was out of there. Shout out to Devon Allen. Says she is making it harder for other women to enter into men's spaces. And that's the thing that we try to tell these men, be careful who you support. But a lot of them don't care. As long as she look good, they're willing to sit there and super chat and cash app and cape and do all this other crazy shit until they get played, until they feel played.
It's a dirty, dirty game out here. Well, y'all gonna keep waiting.
She is making it harder for other women to enter into men's spaces.
Right. Appreciate that, man.
Y'all pray for me because I am hearing that the appeals court around my case is being appealed. My divorce case is being appealed, and they're going to give me the outcome of my appeal August 25th. August 25th, the verdict and the outcome of my appeals, because all of the shit that judge did, all of his rulings were so fucking illegal and so all over the place. They're going to rule on everything that we are appealing, and that verdict is coming in on August 25th. Y'all pray for me. I don't want nothing to work in my favor. I just want to do things according to the law. I'm too real for TV. That's why they don't want me on Instagram. That's why they don't want me doing all that I do. There's a benefit to being this real, and then it becomes a little counterproductive sometimes. I got it. But guess what? If it all ended tomorrow, they're not going to love me because of the square footage of my house or what's in my bank account. Rather, my jury is real or fake. Who I'm fucking, who I dated, who I married, how cute my kids are. They're going to remember me because I live and I walked in my truth. And I put my truth out there. And I was willing to die on a knife on behalf of my truth. You can't buy what's not for sale. My soul is not for sale. My sexuality is not for sale. Nothing about your opportunities that you've given or presenting will I ever allow my soul to be compromised on behalf of whatever you offer. I stand firm with the Lord Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And until I take my last breath, no time soon, God forbid, you are experiencing the authentic me.
And that's what Tyrese had to say. And it's funny because it's so ironic because during the show we was talking about people selling themselves out, you know. But that's what Tyrese had to say. I wanted to speak on that because I find it very interesting how him and her are still going at it. You know, and apparently she's coming after him for more money. Salute to everybody that's here. I appreciate y'all being here tonight. Shout out to the moderators, channel members, the Patreons, the people that donated tonight. Thank you. I wanted to make sure I did this show Friday, you know, to really go in on these so-called pro-blacks. None of these people are pro-black. People are pro themselves. But they are exposing themselves, and I'm glad that they are exposing themselves because y'all get to see it for yourself. These people ain't real, man. All right. So shout out to everybody. That's pretty much it for me. So thank y'all for being here. If you haven't, make sure y'all like the stream. You can continue the conversation in the comment section below. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links are in the description box. Hit the first link that you see in the description. It'll take you to all of my links and everything. Let's see. So, yeah, man. Okay. All right, people. I'll see y'all next one. Y'all take care. Hold on. Leilani says, "Oh no, don't go, Jay." Well, I have to. You know, I've been live long enough, but I don't know. I may come back with a live this weekend. You just never know. I'm just getting back to live streaming how I want to with my equipment and stuff here. But again, y'all follow me on the social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm on TikTok as well at JayeDeBlack. What else am I? I'm on Rumble. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Rumble as well. Well, follow the socials. All right. I'll see y'all. Y'all take care. Have a great rest of your night. All right.